Hey y'all, it's Heather with Sunshine Needlepoint. I have finished my sunglasses case and I need to do a binding stitch. So I was going to walk you guys through how I do a binding stitch. I did not block this canvas. Blocking police, please do not come for me. I stitched it on a really tight stretcher bars, and I also kind of looked at the edges and they're straight enough. I'm just finishing this for the store, so I don't feel the need to block it. But if you have any kind of distortions in your canvas, make sure to block your canvas before you do the binding stitch. So here we go. Start by anchoring your thread on the back of your canvas. You don't need to do a knot, just be gentle when you do your very first stitch so you don't pull the thread all the way through. Okay, now you're going to turn your canvas over and you're going to come from underneath for your first stitch. Find your stitch that's in your upper right hand corner. Count over 2 holes, up 2 holes, and this is where you're going to enter from the back side of the canvas for your very first stitch. Now fold your canvas nice and tight at the very top edge. Go down 2 holes and back to the left 1 hole. Stick your needle all the way through to the back side hole of the canvas. Now we're going to loop back around and go 1 hole to the left and back through to the back side. Count 2 holes backwards to the right and go through your canvas again where you folded it. Always turn your canvas around to make sure the needle is coming through on the back, 2 holes to the right. Now you're going to bring your thread back around to the next hole to the left that you made, back through the back of your canvas and around again 2 holes to the right, making sure to check on the back that you're making it all the way through on the back hole. That's again 2 holes to the right. You're going to continue this pattern of 1 hole to the left on the front of the last one that you did, pulling it all the way through to the back of the canvas, bringing it around again to the front, and then going in the hole 2 holes to the right, checking the back of your canvas as you bring it through to the back. Now, if this were a 1-color binding stitch, you would just continue to do this until you get to a corner, which I'm going to go through towards the end of this video. Since we're doing a 2-color binding stitch, you continue with this pattern until you get to your first thread color change. I'm going to skip forward a bit and show that here. When you're getting close to the next color, it's important to really eyeball it and go a few stitches past where you think you're going to go. You want that stitch where you're coming back around to the right in your previous color to end kind of where that previous color ends. So that's going to cause you to go a few stitches into your new color, in this case dark red, with the old color, light red. Once you've committed to the color change, it's going to be the most tedious part, but nothing crazy. You're going to change your thread from your old color, light red, in this case, to our new color, dark red. And then we're going to go through the same process as we did initially of anchoring our thread in the back and starting the stitch. The key to starting the new color is to come into the hole that you just finished on with your old color. You can keep track of where the new color goes one of 2 ways. Number 1, in this case, we could have done that last stitch in the light red that we expect to pull out and start with the dark brown. I find this to be the easiest way. Or number 2, don't do a pretend stitch with the light red, the old color. Just count or look to where the next stitch could be and start your brown color there. You can pick which one works best for you. So you continue on with the second color, in this case, the darker red, again until you're ready to do the next color change. I'm going to show you another color change here. If you got it down, you can skip past this part and head to the part where we talk about doing your corners. Now on to our color change back to the light red. Luckily, we don't have to re-anchor the thread. It's already there. We just need to re-thread our needle and figure out where our entry hole is going to be. So you can see here, I'm kind of looking to see where my darker red thread ended, and I used option 1. I kept that, pretended like I was going to do that next stitch, and I'm going to pull that out here and remember where I should be going by kind of sticking my needle in. I just pull the darker thread out and then start my stitch with the lighter thread. This is the way I like to do it. Again, if you're a counter, you can count the holes and figure out where it's supposed to be. Now that we've got our color change checked off, we're going to just keep going this way throughout the canvas, back and forth with the colors until we get close to the corner, which we're going to talk about how to do corners now. A quick note, whenever I leave my project, I always leave my needle in so I don't get lost. Now, as we're getting close to this corner, I realize I have lost a game of thread chicken. It is not ideal to have to deal with a thread change at the corner, so do not do what I did. Here I am trying to squeak out the last couple of stitches on this. But essentially what you want to do as you get to your corner is you want to go about 2 to 3 holes past the edge of your canvas. I like to go 2 holes because I am a numbers girl and we've been working in twos. Some people like their corners to be a bit thicker. They can go past 3 holes, but we are doing 2 in this tutorial. So you can see here, I am to the very last tiny bit of thread. So I'm going to do my last stitch. I've gone 2 over and I'm going to come back and do my stitch 2 back and through the back of the canvas before I fold over. But I am going to have to anchor this thread and start a new thread because I've run out. So here I am just anchoring the thread to the back of the canvas, and then we're going to just start where we left off. We're going to fold the canvas over after we locate our thread hole. So here I am saying this is where I ended. I need to start there. So I'm coming back up through the back of the canvas, and then I'm going to fold the thread now in the direction that we're going to be doing the binding stitch. And you just continue with the pattern. Over to the left 1, back through your canvas, over the front and back 2. The tricky part about corners is that it's very hard to see where you're coming back. So you're going to have to push a little bit harder and really check the back to see where the end of your needle is ending up to get that really good corner. You might have to pull out your thread and start over. That's okay. If your corner's not perfect, that's okay too. Just try to get it to where you feel comfortable. And then you start moving forward on the new side with the binding stitch just in the way we've done it up until now. So you just keep going all the way around till you get to your next corner. If you guys have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I am so happy that you stuck around, and I think that you just need to save this video and refer back to it every time you do a binding stitch. That's what I plan to do. I always have to do a refresher each time I do it because I don't want to get too far into it and realize I've made an error. But I hope that if you do a binding stitch after using this video, you'll tag me in it so I can cheer you on. Happy stitching!